Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulullah. Lesson 4, Mawsuf Sifa and collectives. All right, so let's go through the examples. Mawsuf Sifa, Mawsuf is the described noun, the thing that has an adjective, and Sifa is the adjective. Um, Al-waladu as-saghiru aminun. Now, this sentence here, the small boy is faithful. Let's break it down. So, al-waladu is the mubtada. Aminun is the khabar. Al-waladu aminun would have been the two core elements. Why I keep emphasizing this, that every sentence in Arabic has to have some two core words which will make it a sentence. In the sentence that we're learning at the moment, they're all nouns. So we learned mudaf, mudaf ilayh in the last lesson, right? Showing possession or what something is made from. And that can be, you can have multiple ones of those. There's a few sentences that went through that has multiple mudaf, mudaf ilayh. And you got but you still have the core of the sentence. You have something and you're giving a khabar some information about it, right? You can break it down to the core two elements. Here, the core two elements are the mubtada and the khabar again. Al-waladu aminun, the boy. But then you have this other noun in the middle that looks also like a mubtada in this context, in the first sentence. So this word is the sifa. The mubtada here is a mawsuf, right? It's a mawsuf in relation to the sifa, which is saghir. So we call this second word a sifa, or the adjective of al-waladu. So the boy, as-saghir. It's opposite to English, where you would translate it literally as the boy small. So in Arabic, the adjective comes after, and the thing that is described, right, becomes before it. So that which is the adjective is for, place for. So al-waladu as-saghiru. The walad and saghir, the mawsuf sifa has to match in every way. If it's got a dhamma, it's a mubtada, it's got a dhamma, then it has to have a dhamma as well. If it's a definite alif lam, it's got alif lam. If it's singular, we haven't learned numbers yet. Singular, it's also singular as well. So in all ways, in all cases and everything, it has to match. So al-waladu saghiru. So al-walad is masculine, boy. Then saghir is also masculine. Al-waladu has got a alif lam, is definite. As-saghir is also as-saghir is also definite, right? It's got alif lam. It's got a dhamma at the end. It's got a dhamma at the end as well, right? It's singular at the moment we learn singular. It's also singular. So the next one we can see this. The effect of what will happen if the word became feminine, then the sifa also becomes feminine. Al-bintul karimatu sa'idatun. So the core of the sentence, the mubtada khabar is al-bintu and sa'idatun, right? That's the core to fundamental elements of a complete sentence. Mubtada khabar. Al-bintu sa'idatun, right? The girl is happy. But now you got a sifa in the middle, right? The sifa is next to it. Al-bintul karimatu. So al-bint is feminine. Karimatu is also feminine. It's definite. Alif lam, it's also definite. It's singular. It's also singular. It's got a dhamma at the end. Karimatu has also got a dhamma at the end, right? Al-bintul karimatu. Al-bint, the generous girl. Again, the sifa, the adjective comes after, as opposed to in English, it's flipped the other way around. Ar-rajulu al-alimu mahbubun. Mahbub is a khabar, same structure. The learned man is beloved. Al-talibu al-kaslanu makruhun. The lazy student is disliked. Notice one thing in all these sentences. The alif lam is repeated twice, but in English it's only once. We don't say the small, the boy, but in Arabic you have to have them repeat twice for the sifa, for the adjective as well. It also has to be definite, right? It has to match it. So at-talibul kaslanu. In English we don't have that. We consider redundant. So we say the small boy. We don't say the small, the boy, right? Al-farasul hasanatu sari'atun. Al-farasu al-hasanatu sari'atun. Al-faras is mare, right? Al-hasanatu is also is a good, right? It means good. Sari'atun, fast. Sari'atun is a khabar. It's by itself. Why is al-hasanatu mu'annath and faras? Because faras by meaning it's a female horse, right? It's a mare, and a mare means a female horse. Al-hasanatu sari'atun. Sari'atun, fast. So al-faras matches in all four things. Dhammas at the end. It's definite alif lam. It's feminine. They're both feminine. Faras by meaning, hasanatu by the sign ta marbuta, the round ta at the end, and it's singular. They're both, and it's also singular. Hasan is also singular. Kitab. Now it gets interesting. Because we've learned a few overall structures. We learned mubtada khabar, the core. We've learned mudaf mudaf ilayh. So a mubtada can be mudaf mudaf ilayh, and a khabar can be mudaf mudaf ilayh in the previous lesson. And we learn about mudakkar muannas, masculine, feminine. And also now we're learning about mawsuf sifa, right? Adjectives. كتاب الطالب الجديد كتاب الطالب الجديد طويل. Remember, طويل could have meaning of tall for a person, also mean long as well. In this context, it's long, right? Um, right. So كتاب الطالب الجديد. Well, firstly, we know that the mubtada is coming at the beginning of the sentence. In this sentence, al-kitabu طويل, the book is long, right? So then we have all this extra information. Pay careful attention to the haraka at the end and the alif lams as well. كتاب الطالب الجديد طويل. Notice that الطالب الجديد, right, together they match in every way. They both have kasra, they both got alif lam, they're both masculine, they're both singular. So we can sort of discern from that very quickly that this is the mawsuf sifa, right? This is the adjective phrase, right? طالب, new student, right? Kitabu is a mubtada. It's also a mudaf to the mudaf ilayh. What is the mudaf ilayh? Al-talibi. And al-jadidi is a sifa of a talibi. So the book of the new student. The book of the new student. So if you were to take, for example, al-jadid out totally, right? So you have kitabu talibi tawilun. The book of the student is long, right? If you take talibi out totally, then you have al-kitabu tawilun. You'll have to put alif lam to make it definite at the beginning of the sentence. Al-kitabu tawilun. So you got mubtada. Kitab is mubtada. It's a mudaf to mudaf ilay talibi. And a talibi is a mawsuf. Al-jadid, D is a sifa. The next sentence I've done something, it's a little bit tricky, and pay attention very carefully to the haraka in the words. Something changed. Al-jadid has got a dhamma now. So al-jadid is strange. Kitabu talib is the same. The book of the student. Al-jadidu tawilun. Now, yeah. So now al-jadidu is not the sifa of kitabu. Al-jadidu is, al-talibu. It's the proof of that is that it's got a dhamma. There's only one other word before it that it can be a sifa of, which is kitabu. Kitabu is definite not by alif lam, but because it's mudaf. Remember, mudaf, I said to you before, kind of automatically makes a word definite, right? Because you're talking about a specific book, right? You're already specifying the book, a specific book, the book of the student, right? Kitabu talibi. So it's kind of definite, not by alif lam at the start being attached, right? If you say kitabun, it'll be indefinite. A book could be any book, right? If you say al kitabu, the book. But if you say kitabu talibi, the book of the student, right? So you kind of have already made it definite by specifying the student, right? The book belonging to a certain student. Al jadidu is a sifa that is put afterwards. So although this may look strange to us, because kitabu talib is mudaf mudaf ilayh. Imagine in the book of this, so you want to show the relation. You can't put anything in between it. Why wouldn't you put kitabu jadidu at-talibi? You can't do that. The mudaf mudaf ilayh can't have something come in between it, right? So the sifa, if you wanted to put a sifa in this case, the sifa, the adjective of kitabu, you want to describe the kitab of the student, you'll have to put it after this construct, the mudaf mudaf ilayh construct, right? The book of the student, and so the new book of the student. Tawilun is long. All right, next one. Tafsirul Qur'ani ilmun mufidun. Tafsirul Qur'an, Qur'ani, very sick, is a mudaf mudaf ilayh structure, right? Mudaf mudaf ilayh structure, right? The khabar is ilmun. So if you remove mufid out, the fourth word, is al tafsirul Qur'ani. Tafsirul Quran, the knowledge or the commentary of the Quran is a knowledge, right? If you remove the Quran out, you say at-tafsiru. Alif lam, tafsir, at-tafsiru ilmun. Tafsir, this is the core of the sentence. Tafsirul Qur'ani, mudaf mudaf ilayh. If you notice, Quran's got a kasra there, that means mudaf ilayh to the mudaf tafsir, which is also the mubtada. Ilmun mufidun. Look at ilmun mufidun. The harak is on the end. They're both indefinite. They both got dhamma. They're both masculine. They're both a singular, as every word is at the moment. Ilmun mufidun. Tafsirul Qur'ani ilmun mufidun. This khabar, ilmun mufidun, together they are mawsuf sifa, Mawsuf sifa, right? So that's it. You got the mubtada khabar there, tafsir and ilm. You've got mudaf mudaf ilayh, tafsir al-Qur'an, and you got mawsuf sifa, ilmun mufidun. التيمم استعمال تراب مخصوص. التيمم is the mubtada. At-tayammum. Tayammum is the dry, they translate as dry ablution, but who knows what that is. Tayammum is tayammum. When you don't have water or you're very sick and you can't use water, you can just go on dirt and tap it and wipe your face and arms. And that, that suffices that is a replacement for it. So at-tayammum isti'malu turabin makhsus. Tayammum is a usage of specific soil, right? So at-tayammum is a mubtada. Very clear. Alif lam, it's the beginning of the sentence. Yeah, you can see that it's a mubtada. Isti'malun would be the khabar, right? Isti'malun would be the khabar, right? But then you've got turabin after it. It is the usage of a soil, right? Literally be translated as that. Isti'malu turab mudaf mudaf ilayh, right? Makhsusin is a sifa of turab, specific soil, special soil, specific soil, right? You can't use any soil, right? You got to have soil that's clean. You got to have soil. So there's conditions for the soil, right? It's not used previously. التيمم استعمال تراب مضاف مضاف إليه. استعمال is a khabar, right, of tayammum, and تراب مخصوص موصوف صفة together. They're the مضاف إليه of استعمال. الشجر جميل. Trees are beautiful. So when you use it in this structure, this is now introducing, it's the 10 and 11 are both mubtada khabar, simply mubtada khabar. There's no mawsuf sifa, there's no mudaf mudaf ilayh. Two-word sentence. Ash-shajaru jamilun. That tree is beautiful. Sorry, trees are beautiful. We're talking, ash-shajaru is the jins. It's the genus, the category. So it includes all the trees. We're not talking about a singular tree. Ash-shajaratu is a singular instance of tree, one tree. So it's called a shajaratu in Arabic. When you say we want to talk about a tree, we say shajaratu, it's feminine. But a shajaru, which is the genus, the category, is masculine, and its khabar is singular masculine as well, right? So let's that last one, I provided some diagrams there. You can go through the explanation, right? Where's the mubtada, where's the khabar, where's mawsuf sifa, and here, for example, kitab talib jadid tawil. Where's the mubtada, mudaf mudaf ilayh, mawsuf sifa, where's the mubtada khabar? You can have a look through that, inshallah, yourselves. And then at the end, it mentions about number 10. Ash-shajaru is the mubtada and is a collective noun which designates the species known as trees. There are several such collectives designating animals, insects, vegetables, and minerals. The plurality idea is lacking in these nouns. What they represent are the species in abstraction. Grammatically, they are treated as masculine singular, hence the khabar jamilun is mudakkar. The word ash-shajaratu indicates a single tree. The singular most collectives of this type described in 10 above is formed by suffixing a ta marbuta, the round ta, to the collective. It is the only singular possible and is feminine in gender. Collective of the type mentioned 10 above frequently take one or more plural forms, while the plurality when the plurality and not the species is intended. Note B, the adjectival pattern used so far in this lesson are fa'il, right? Fa'il, remember the fa'in lam I mentioned about in the sarf lesson? So generally when we talk about structures, they put on those root letters of fa'in lam, right? So like nasir, nun sad ra will be put in fa'il. So kareem, right? Fa'il is another structure, fa'alan and fa'ulun. And the nisba. Nisba is related to nationality or tribe. For example, Arabiyun, an Arab, right? For example, say Turkiyun. There's a ya. Nisba means a ya with a shadda and a dhammat in yun, right? So an Arabian. Other patterns use adjectives are fa'ulun, af'alu, maf'ulun, fa'ilun, fu'lanun, fa'alun. These are, it's better just to learn the words because nobody learns the patterns. Like you just expand your vocabulary, know how to express, like remembering all these structures, although it's mentioned in the books and so forth. But I mentioned here because other books will mention this. However, the easy way to do it is just to learn the words themselves. If you know Kareem, you know Kabir, you know Saghir, whether you know that all these patterns are from the Fa'il pattern or not doesn't make much difference if you know the words themselves. All right, let's look at further examples. الطالب الجديد كسلان. الطالب كسلان. The student is lazy. الطالب الجديد, adding a sifa to the mubtada, uh, is lazy. The new student is lazy. الرجل محبوب سعيد. The loved man. الرجل محبوب. محبوب is a sifa of the mubtada. سعيد is happy. سعيد is the khabar. Right? Same structure as number one. الدرس الصعب مكروه. Same structure. الدرس الصعب, you have the mubtada, you have a sifa of the mubtada. All right, and makruh is the khabar at the end. Al-Bahr al-Aswadu wasi'. The difficult lesson is difficult. The difficult lesson is disliked. Al-Bahr al-Aswadu wasi'. The Black Sea is vast. So the Black Sea is talking about a specific sea, like Al-Bahr al-Ahmar is the Red Sea. Al-Bahr al-Aswadu. Al-Lawn al-Akhdaru jamilun. The color, the green color. Right? Al-Akhdaru is a sifa, although it's the green color. Yeah, it is a adjective. So Al-Lawn al-Akhdaru, the green color is beautiful. Al-malu halalu mubarakun. Halal wealth. So it's a concept. So in English we translate halal wealth is blessed, but literally is the halal wealth is blessed. Al-Khatib al-Baghdadi alimun mashhurun. Al-Khatib al-Baghdadi. Al-Baghdadi is a nisba, right? It's a sifa here. Al-Khatib al-Baghdadi is a great imam, alim. Literally the Baghdadi Khatib, the Baghdadi sermonizer. The ones give khutbah, like Jummah khutbah, like sermon. Al-Khatib al-Baghdadi alimun mashhurun, is a famous alim. So alim is the khabar, mashhur is a sifa of that. So alim mashhur mawsuf sifa. If you notice, it's indefinite, it's masculine, alim mashhurun, and it's singular, and it's also got the dhammatain on both of them. Right? Al-Khatib al-Baghdadi is also mawsuf sifa. Right? So it's definite, it's masculine, it's singular, and both have dhamma on the Al-Khatib al-Baghdadi. All right. If we go to the sarf lesson, now we're completing the 14. This will repeat in the next 20 tables. So you really need to, by this point, to have this drilled, like this table in the fourth is drilled, like you're memorizing. Better than continuing the next lesson. You drill this until you know back to front. So nasara, nasara, nasaru, we learned 3 masculine, third person, right? Ghaib, mudakkar, right? Nasaru, nasarat, nasarata. Nasarat, nasarata, nasarna. So muannath, feminine. Wahid, ithnain, jama, single, dual, plural. And also these 3 are third person ghaib. So you got 6 for ghaib. Now, and then you have the next 6, which is in last lesson. Nasarta, nasartuma, nasartum, nasarti, nasartuma, nasartuna. Again, 3 masculine, mudakkar, 3 muannas, 3 feminine. Wahid, ithnain, jama, wahid, ithnain, jama. These 6 together are hadir or mukhatab, second person, right? You, right? You helped. You, one male, helped. You, more than one, right? If you say you to plural or female or male or single or dual plural, in Arabic, say you helped. In English, you just say you helped. It'll be the same. But in Arabic, there's 6 different ways of saying it. Nasartu, now we're learning the first person. Mutakallim. Mutakallim means first person. It's the same for masculine and feminine. Mudakkar and muannath. And there's no dual in first person. There's only singular and plural. Nasartu, I helped. Tu, I helped. Nasarna, we helped. Nun alif, nasarna. So, as I mentioned, from 6th onwards, 6th and onwards till the end, the beginning is the same. Nasar, nasarna, nasart, nasarna, nasarta, nasartuma, nasartum, nasarti, nasartuma, nasartunna, nasartu, nasarna, nasar, 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 nasarta. So the way you'd say nasara, nasara, nasaru, nasara, nasarta, nasarna, nasarta, nasartuma, nasartum, nasarti, nasartuma, nasartunna, nasartu, nasarna. You sound like a bit of a crazy person, but this is how you reel it perfect, and then you cover it, then repeat it, and randomly pick. Maybe go every second one, every third one, until you know what the Arabic is, and vice versa. Like nasarna, what does it mean? Right? So this column, and you repeat this, you do this table. I put 2 verbs there. Kharaja, to go out, exit, right? To go out. Kharaja, kharaja, kharaju, kharaja, kharaja, till the end. And then dakhala, entered, the opposite, to enter. Dakhala, dakhala, dakhalu, dakhalat, dakhalata, dakhalna, till the end, right? So create the last 2 columns of this table, inshallah ta'ala, for this sarf lesson, this verb lesson, morphology lesson. All right. That's the sarf. Finally, hadith to memorize. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Al-kalimatu tayyibatu sadaqa." Al-kalimatu tayyibatu sadaqa. Again, a mubtada khabar sentence. The good word is a charity. The pure word or the good word is a charity. Al-kalima is the mubtada. Sadaqa is the khabar. Al-tayyibatu is a sifa of the al-kalima. Notice al-kalima is feminine. Al-tayyibatu is also feminine. Both have ta marbuta. At-tayyib can be masculine as well, right? but it's feminine. Alif lam is there on al-kalima. It's got alif lam at the start, is definite. At-tayyiba, it's got alif lam as well. So it's definite. It's singular. Al-kalimatu is singular. At-tayyibatu is also singular. It has a dhamma. This has a dhamma also. Al-kalima tayyibatu mawsuf sifa. That's a relationship. Sadaqatun is the khabar. Sadaqatun is the khabar. Right? So sadaqatun khabar. A good word is a charity. Why is it charity? Because charity, generally our understanding of charity is expending, spending something, money. But also it applies to expending energy, right? The expression in English, time is money. So if you're taking time away, because now we calculate hours and minutes and so forth for work and so forth, and there is an expenditure, people are probably calculated how much. So a good word requires you to spend time, think carefully about it, and then use your energy to express it as well. With work, right, where you work, save money, and then give the money in charity, also with a good word that is beneficial. It might bring people together. It might show the person the right way. It might comfort somebody's heart, right? Al-kalimatu tayyibatu sadaqa. That is also written, the reward is written charity. So our good deeds, right, they're calculated, and human beings understand money and giving money, also understand that good deeds, other than financial good deeds, are also calculated in terms of rewards. They're counted, right? So they're counted like charity is counted. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us understanding and tawfiq to speak good, inshallah ta'ala, and to give sadaqah. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Jazakumullah khaira. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.